Once upon a time, in a beautiful village called Umofia, there lived a young man named Chinedu, who was from the clan of Amankor, and a young woman named Adaeze, who was from the clan of Utujuoma. Chinedu and Adaeze loved each other very much, but their love was forbidden because they came from two different clans that had been enemies for many years. Despite the warnings from their families, Chinedu and Adaeze met secretly by the big Iroko tree at the edge of the village. They dreamed of a day when their love would be accepted, but their dream seemed impossible. One dark evening, while Chinedu and Adaeze were at their secret meeting place under the Iroko tree, a terrible storm hit Umofia. The lightning struck the big Iroko tree, where Chinedu and Adaeze always seek solace in each other's arms. But as they were about to leave under the Iroko tree to a place where they would be shielded from the rain, a huge part of the Iroko tree fell, knocking the both of them out. Unfortunately, the both of them died a few hours after the event, and this was because there was nobody to rescue them after the incident. The villagers found them the next morning, lifeless but still holding hands after a heavy search from both families. This sad occurrence made the enmity between both clans increase even more. Years passed, and the story of Chinedu and Adaeze became a legend. The people of Umofia whispered their tales around the fires at night, but life went on. Years later, in that same village of Umofia, two babies were born on the same day, at the same hour, but to two different families. One was a boy named Obinna, and the other was a girl named Chiamaka. From the moment they were born, everyone knew they were special, but there was something strange about them. These babies had an obvious birthmark that Chinedu and Adaeze had, and the villagers began to wonder what kind of mystery this was. The arrival of these babies brought so much contemplation in the hearts of the villagers as rumors began to circulate that Chinedu and Adaeze has reincarnated as the babies. Obinna, who was from the clan of Amankor, was strong and brave. He loved climbing trees and running through the fields. Chiamaka was from the clan of Utujuoma. She was kind and gentle. She loved to sing and dance by the river. Even though they came from different clans that had been enemies for years, Obinna and Chiamaka became best friends. They did everything together and were never apart. As they grew older, their friendship blossomed into love. Obinna and Chiamaka felt like they had known each other forever. They spent their days exploring the forest, picking fruits, and making up stories about the stars. One evening, while walking by the river, they came across an old man named Papa Ikenna. He was the village storyteller and knew many secrets. When he saw Obinna and Chiamaka together, he smiled and said, "You two remind me of a story from long ago about a love that could not be stopped. Obinna and Chiamaka listened eagerly as Papa Ikenna told them the story of Chinedu and Adaeze. As he spoke, they felt a strange sense of deja vu, as if they had lived that story themselves. Love is powerful, Papa Ikenna said. It can break through any barrier, even time and space. Obinna and Chiamaka looked at each other with wide eyes. Could it be true? Could they be the reincarnated souls of Chinedu and Adaeze? From that day on, their love grew even stronger. They knew they were meant to be together, and nothing could tear them apart. The people of Umuofia began to see their love as something magical, something that could heal old wounds and bring peace to both clans. But not everyone was happy. There were still those who remembered the old grudges between the clans. They didn't want to see history repeat itself and would do anything to keep Obinna and Chiamaka apart. One day, a shadow fell over Amankwo. A group of elders from the Otuchuoma clan came with a message. They said that the old fields must be honored, and Obinna and Chiamaka must never be together. Obinna and Chiamaka were heartbroken but determined. They decided to leave their village and find a place where they could live in peace. Holding hands, just like Chinedu and Adaeze once did. They walked into the forest, not knowing what lay ahead, but certain that their love would guide them. And so the story of their love continued, filled with adventure, hope, and the unbreakable bond that tied them together across lifetimes. Obinna and Chiamaka traveled deep into the forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the animals seemed to understand their plight. They walked for days, surviving on wild fruits and drinking from clear streams. Every night, they found comfort in each other's arms, drawing strength from their love. One day, they reached a clearing in the forest. There, they found an old abandoned hut. It looked like it hadn't been used in many years, but it was sturdy and safe. They decided to make it their new home. Obinna repaired the roof, while Chiamaka cleaned the inside. Soon, the hut was cozy and warm, a perfect place for them to start their new life. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Obinna and Chiamaka were happy in their little hut, but they missed their families and friends. They knew they couldn't stay hidden forever. They needed a plan to make peace between the clans. One evening, as they sat by the fire, a wise old woman named Mama Nkechi appeared at their door. She was known throughout the land for her wisdom and knowledge of ancient traditions. "I have been looking for you," Mama Nkechi said. "Your love is special, and it has the power to heal old wounds. But you must be brave and face your past." Obinna and Chiamaka listened carefully as Mama Nkechi explained that they needed to return to Umuofia and show the villagers that love could conquer hate. She gave them a special charm, a small wooden carving of two hearts entwined, which she said would guide and protect them on their journey. With Mama Nkechi's blessing, Obinna and Chiamaka set out towards Omofia. They held the charm tightly, feeling its warmth and strength. When they arrived in Umofia, the villagers were shocked to see them. Some were angry, but others were curious. Obinna and Chiamaka stood before the elders and told their story. They spoke of their love, their journey, and their desire for peace. At first, the elders were skeptical, but then an old woman named Inneka stepped forward. She had been a friend of Adaize's mother and remembered the pain of losing Chinidu and Adaize. With tears in her eyes, she spoke of how their love had touched her heart and how she had always wished for peace between the clans. Slowly, other villagers began to speak up, sharing their own memories and stories. The atmosphere began to change, and a sense of hope filled the air. The elders decided to hold a council with the leaders of both clans. They agreed that it was time to end the feud and find a way to live in harmony. A great meeting was arranged between the two clans. Obinna and Chiamaka stood before everyone, holding hands as they had always done. They spoke of their love and their belief that the future could be different. Mama Nkechi's charm glowed brightly, and everyone felt its power. The villagers of Umofia saw the truth in Obinna and Chiamaka's words. They realized that love was stronger than any feud, and they agreed to make peace. To celebrate, they decided to hold a grand festival where both clans would come together to dance, sing, and share food. It was a joyous occasion filled with laughter and happiness. Obinna and Chiamaka were the guests of honor, and everyone marveled at their love. Obinna and Chiamaka had not only found love, but had also united their people. The two villages decided to work together, sharing resources and celebrating their common bonds. The peace held, growing stronger each day. Years passed, and Obinna and Chiamaka had children of their own. They told their children the story of Chinidu and Adaize and how their love had transcended time and brought peace to their people. The children listened with wide eyes, understanding the importance of love and unity. The moral of the story is that love is a powerful force that can overcome even the deepest hatred. When people are willing to let go of past grudges and open their hearts, they can create a better future for everyone. Obinna and Chiamaka's story teaches us that true love is enduring and that peace is always possible if we are brave enough to pursue it. Thank you.